the choice is clear. I am therefore very pleased tonight to introduce to you the next Prime Minister of St. Lucia. Put your hands together and welcome Mr. Alan Michael Chastanet.
DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo, DJ Bravo. Champion, 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 champion. Everybody knows say Bravo, a champion, 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 champion. Everybody know Chris K is a champion. Beanie a champion, Bounty a champion, Marshall is a champion, Bungie is a champion, Follow is a champion, Lara is a champion, Gail is a champion. Don't forget.
Moins fâché! Maman Flabo! Est-ce ou pas ouais pour changement? Changement Calvini! Mamai Babonneau! It's so great to be here tonight to come and support my incredible friend, the hard-working Ezekiel Joseph. As they said, easy does it. I don't know what they were talking about when they said that, but I know when I walk around Babonneau, I know easy does it. Before I begin tonight, I want to welcome on the stage a man who has made an incredible contribution to the United Workers' Party. A man whose work everybody knows. A man who has always lit the light in the United Workers' Party. A man, when the light looked like it was going to go out, he stood and held the flame by himself. A man who had to go under tremendous adversity when he was the Prime Minister of this country. He had to hold St. Lucia tight with the worst recession that we've ever had. A man that had to put together St. Lucia again after Hurricane Thomas, the worst natural disaster we've had. And that is the Honorable Stephenson King. Another stalwart of this party that has been a mentor for me, a man that has shown incredible patience, a man that has shown incredible wisdom, a man that continues to hold the flame high for Flabo, a man who has held the flame high for Micoud South, and that is the Honorable Arson James. I also want to take tonight to recognize the chairperson of my constituency branch of Micoud South, Mrs. Emmanuel, to thank her and the members of her executive for the incredible work they've been doing with me and supporting me in Micoud South. I also want to recognize the delegates of Micoud South. I want to recognize the supporters of Micoud South. And I want to say that because from the day that Micoud South has invited me to be their candidate, I have never had to look back again. Every day I am attacked, the people from Micoud South remind me that they have my back, and that together we are going to make history in St. Lucia. Mamai Flabo, when I was elected the political leader of this great party in 2013, I set about to accomplish 3 major goals before the calling of the next general elections. Number 1, to rebuild the base of the United Workers' Party so as to return it to the rightful status as the preferred political party of St. Lucia. Number 2, to offer St. Lucia credible alternative policies that would take our beloved country to the next level of development. And 3, to create a team of high caliber candidates to impress and to inspire voters of this country to come out and vote for the United Workers' Party. Tonight, I am proud to report to you that the United Workers' Party is organized and focused today as at any period in the glorious history of this party. We've had our challenges, but we've been carefully working our way back to full strength. And we are ready to demonstrate this as soon as possible. I do not wish to give our opponents too many insights into our preparations, but I can tell you this evening that United Workers' Party will be ready in every way whenever the next general election is called. As of now, we have 15 endorsed candidates, and the remaining 2 can be named in a matter of hours if necessary. Indeed, if you compare the slate of candidates of the United Workers' Party to that of the full slate of the Labour Party, you would have to agree that our team for 2016 is superior. And tonight I wish to salute this magnificent team of multi-talented candidates which we have so far assembled for the forthcoming general elections. We are at an advanced stage of preparation of our agenda for fast-forwarding the development of this country. We are putting together a multi-pronged program to address the sagging fortunes of virtually every sector in St. Lucia, which have declined under this Labour administration and Kenny Anthony. Our agenda is based on the assessment of most St. Lucians that Kenny Anthony and the SLP have been a painful disappointment. There are very few people in this country who can honestly say tonight that they are impressed with the leadership of Kenny Anthony and his Labour Party. This has been a dismal performance from a leader of a party who in 2011 begged St. Lucians for another chance and promised to do better. Tonight, there is not a single bright spark in any area of the social and economic activity in St. Lucia. Everywhere, there is despair. Everywhere, there is hopelessness and disappointment. Those who are not crying out loudly are too ashamed to let their disappointment be known. Let me repeat, the United Workers' Party is willing, able, and ready to come to the rescue of St. Lucia once again. We have created a comprehensive list of policies and related programs that will transform the lives of all St. Lucians, starting immediately after entering office. There is no time to waste. We have been active on the ground in St. Lucia, and we know and understand the needs and the concerns of St. Lucians. I am saying tonight that St. Lucia deserves better than it has received from Kenny Anthony and his colleagues in the last 4.5 years. Other countries in the region and around the world have shown evidence of recovery from a trauma of the global economic recession. They have begun to build back their economies and are motoring on to growth and success. In St. Lucia, all we got are lame excuses and occasional handouts as part of the strategy to fool our people. Difficult times are not an excuse for inaction. Let me repeat that again. Difficult times are not an excuse for inaction. They call to action for innovation and leadership on the part of those that we elect to govern this country. I am saying tonight that St. Lucia has no right to be in the position that it finds itself. Where close to 40% of our young people are without jobs. Where an increasing number of unemployed people are resorting to crime as a means of survival. And the more hopeless members of our society to suicide. Where the earnings of farmers are lower than any time in the history of St. Lucia. Where absolutely no meaningful assistance is being given to our fishermen and our farmers. Where no support is given to small businesses. Where investment opportunities pass us by because our government doesn't understand what it takes to attract and sustain direct foreign investment. Where our regional and international reputation and relationships with long-standing allies have been damaged. Where our tourism product remains static and unappealing despite the eminent competition from Cuba and around the world. Where St. Lucians and visitors do not feel safe in their homes or on the streets. My fellow St. Lucians, tonight I say to you that our beloved St. Lucia is on the wrong track and moving in the wrong direction. We have a duty to make wrong things right. And I assure you this evening that this reconstituted United Workers' Party is up to the task and will deliver once we are given a mandate at the next general election. We have assembled a team of first-class candidates, men and women of strong character and integrity, individuals who love St. Lucia and who are committed to the development of its people, candidates who are passionate about the development of constituencies they are seeking to represent, and who genuinely want to assist and uplift people's lives throughout St. Lucia. Let me stress, these candidates have been carefully chosen to bring something new to politics in St. Lucia. They constitute a multi-talented team made up of people who have succeeded in at least one profession and who have convinced that their involvement in representative politics is the best means of giving something back to society. They are here not for themselves, but they are here to create opportunities for the people of St. Lucia, to pull themselves out of the swamp of neglect and despair created by the Labour Party. I salute them for their service, and I thank them for their support and their dedication. I salute you all. Among our experienced returning candidates is your own Ezekiel Joseph, a man whose defeat in the last election sent shockwaves across this country. Fewer people in the public life have worked harder at representing his people than Ezekiel Joseph. I served in the cabinet with this gentleman, and I am telling you, he is a workhorse. He has a passion for and a considerable amount of knowledge of agriculture, and an even greater obsession with meeting the needs of the people of Babonneau. Anyone who served in the last cabinet will tell you how Easy pestered minister after minister each week for some product or service for his constituents. And we know Easy does it. Even with his shocking loss at the polls, he never ceased his crusade for the people of Babonneau. Even now, almost any time of day you call Easy, he's on the move doing this or doing that for his constituents. The people of Babonneau, the people of Babonneau, I pledge to you the support of the United Workers' Party and say to you tonight that no one will work harder to represent you and your interests than Ezekiel Joseph. Last election, many felt that his victory was so certain they did not need to vote. Let us not make that same mistake again. Every vote counts. Make sure you come out to vote for Ezekiel Joseph and the United Workers' Party. In contrast, there's a lady masquerading around this constituency, purporting to be the parliamentarian representative, but is never ever seen or heard advocating for the interests of the people of Babonneau. 4.5 years after she became the representative, what is Alvina's legacy here in Babonneau? Are you better off today? Has she deserved the confidence which the people of Babonneau placed in her? I am saying to the people of Babonneau tonight that by any measure, Ezekiel Joseph and the United Workers' Party are the best hope for Babonneau. We have a record of outstanding service to this constituency. Look all around and you recognize that all of the major developments that have taken place in Babonneau has taken place under the watch of a UWP parliamentarian and a United Workers' Party government. Disappointingly, many of the progressive projects and programs started by the United Workers' Party before 2011 have now been abandoned by the Labour Party. The constituency is littered with many neglected projects such as agro-processing facilities which the farmers were eagerly awaiting. I assure you that these projects, like many others, will come to fruition under the United Workers' Party administration. So the choice is clear. Come election morning, I need you to go out and vote for Ezekiel Joseph and to strengthen your voice and your representation in Parliament and in the cabinet of ministers of this country for a real chance of prosperity, at reaching our full and potential as a people and as a nation. You must vote for the United Workers' Party. Residents of Babonneau and the wider St. Lucia, I want to put you on guard for the campaigning of lies and propaganda that is about to be visited upon St. Lucia by the Labour Party. We already know this is their hallmark, but now they have been even less to show and even more to try to defend. You have a government which refuses to acknowledge its failings and which only offers excuses and propaganda in the place of solutions. After nearly 20 years as the political leader of the SLP, Kenny Anthony is only now proposing to offer a vision for St. Lucia. Only now. Only now. He served 2 terms as Prime Minister and failed miserably. He then came back and for 4.5 years ago and with a long list of promises, none of which it appears he has ever intended to keep. Rather than better days, all solutions have gotten since then are bitter days. A legacy of broken promises, propaganda, and victimization. I heard him in cul-de-sac last week, and it was pathetic. The man could not point to one single accomplishment. He is now talking about an educational revolution, about reform of the healthcare center, about improvements in social services, about more equitable taxes, laws to help the poor. What then is the legacy of Kenny Anthony over the last 20 years? He has spent the last 5 years sitting idly by as every sector in St. Lucia plummeted to a new low. Now he wants to come to you as a knight in shining armor, posturing as having a vision, a new package of Kennynomics for the future. What can he do in another 5 years that he could not do in the past 20 years? How can you lead a country without a destination and without a roadmap? The guy has gall. The man has no shame. Kenny Anthony has been a sad, sorry disappointment to all, and he must go. The man has failed at the constituency level. I challenge you to go to Viewfort and see for yourselves what 20 years of representation as Prime Minister, Minister of Economic Development, Minister of Finance. He has failed at the national level. He has failed at the regional level and the international level. We have never looked worse in the eyes of the world. Our strategic partners, allies, all we know now. To his new vision, we say, no, thank you. Too little, too late. He was here in Babonneau a few weeks ago and didn't offer a single word of inspiration or encouragement to the farmers. This is the breadbasket of St. Lucia. The potential of Babonneau is obvious, but any government in power needs to assist in the development of that potential so it can be achieved. Babonneau should be feeding not only St. Lucians, but the hundreds of thousands of tourists and visitors who come to this country every year. Ezekiel and I pledge our support to make this happen. Brothers and sisters of Babonneau and throughout St. Lucia, I am clear in my mind as to the kind of initiatives that will be necessary to meaningfully fast-track the development of Babonneau and St. Lucia. This is a wonderful community with hardworking, disciplined people, fertile land, and other natural resources. Our plans for developing Babonneau and the rest of St. Lucia are based on using these resources to create employment, opportunity, and ultimately wealth to all St. Lucians. Without revealing too much too soon, we have a clear vision for St. Lucia. And in the final stage of formulating the policies and programs for empowering our people and moving them towards sustainable development. With respect to Babonneau, Ezekiel and I will strengthen the linkages between agriculture and tourism. This is work that we had already begun on. And we will have in mind the policies and programs to ensure that the benefits are shared equitably with all St. Lucians. In the weeks and months ahead, Ezekiel Joseph and the United Workers' Party will unveil our plans for this constituency and for St. Lucia. As political leader, I give you the assurance that I hold the hardworking people of Babonneau in the highest regard, and that I hold Ezekiel Joseph in the highest regard. And I pledge to you that I will assist him in the attainment of the goals he has set out for this constituency. To the family of the United Workers' Party in Babonneau, I say 2016 is our time. I need you to unite and rally around Ezekiel Joseph. He is returning to help complete the job that he started several years ago. So wear your party's colors with pride, and as a clear signal that United Workers' Party is ready to complete the task of building a new St. Lucia for the benefit of all St. Lucians. God bless Babonneau. God bless St. Lucia. Thank you very, very, very much.